been in a lot of operating theatres, but none like this.
No, there aren't any like this. So the king, you know, he didn't slum it.
No.
Everything he did it in style. King Edward was massively overweight. I mean, he had a 48-inch stomach. To get to his appendix, they had to cut through 4.5 inches of fat.
Wow.
And so, within a couple of days, you'll be fit enough to sit up and smoke a cigar, because that's what King Edward did.
Is that right?
Within 2 days, he was up and smoking. If I was invited to... If I was invited to Buckingham Palace and I had a mouthful of eclair, and if I spat some eclair on Queen Mary, that would be sent to the Tower.
I'd pay good money to see that.
Barbara and Una have come to Clapham to meet historian Josh Levine.
Officially, in all the court documents, in all the official documents you find, he's known as Frederick Guy. He doesn't drink.
No.
He doesn't smoke.
No.
He doesn't gamble. He goes, you know,
He doesn't have any of those.
What none of this actually really tells us is, was he a murderer?
Thanks so much for doing this.
The job of a regimental policeman is a very interesting one, very unusual one as well. You had a great deal of power. And one of the byproducts of having this power was that very often the regimental police were very, very unpopular.
Would they be feared at all by the ordinary soldier?
Yes, they would. They would. Hello, I'm Joshua Levine, and today I'm doing a deep dive into Blackadder Goes Forth. I think it's brilliant, so let's go.
How are you feeling, darling?
Not all that good, Blackadder.
Isn't that a beautiful piece of writing? This is a point where it ceases to be a comedy and becomes a really affecting drama. He's about to go over the top, and he's thinking about what's quite possibly never going to happen. The observer took photographs at set distances. You actually had a series of photographs that you could place next to each other, slightly overlapping, and what you created was a mosaic map, effectively, of the Western Front, of the entire enemy front line.
Similes that contain food. Terriers?
Cool as a cucumber.
Correct.
We're very used nowadays to the idea of conversations being bugged. People weren't during the Second World War. This was the beginning of modern surveillance, and the British needed to understand why some Germans were Nazis, why others weren't.
I'm meeting historian Joshua Levine.
What we are standing on now is the mole, right?
Oh, this is the
This is the mole. And all this is a huge breakwater, never intended for ships to come alongside. So he is one of the very first ships that is told, come in.
Come here. And this is at the beginning of the war, so I have no idea what happened to him afterwards. And you think that it must be sort of relentless. How do you get through that as a human being? It's quite a lot to take on board, really.
He firmly believed if Rasputin was assassinated, then that would basically send Alexandra into freefall, and the Tsar, Nicholas, would come to his senses and would basically bring about a modern-style constitutional monarchy.
It's the oldest tree in the City of London, and he has the pictures to prove it.
In an area like London, which was, think about it, you know, in Victorian times, absolutely filthy. What could survive here? I mean, people could barely survive here. A tree that could survive was this one.